Okay, so when dealing with data, there are times when you want to serialize or unserialize based on the circumstances. So I think I don't need to come up with scenarios that serialization or deserialization, unserialization come up in your code. But a good way of dealing with it with magic methods is using sleep and wake. So in the couple of the couple of next episode, we are going to uh, dig deeper on sleep and wake. So I'm going to start with sleep, and let's have a very simple class with a protected property in it, which is going to be equal to value. Here, if I new up the class and this time say wardump serialize that class, see what happens. Okay, we get the serialized format of that class presentation. Now, there is uh, a way to unserialize this as well. If I get this one and put it under some variable and say class 1 is unserialized, the variable, we can simply war dump the class 1 and get the serialized. Okay, so maybe something with the classes maybe wrong, but yeah, it's nothing. So that's the whole idea behind this. But when we can use this and how we can actually utilize this one. So there may be some kind of job that you want to save in your database or make use of in the future. So if you say class send user email, for instance, and in that class we get the protected user because we want some kind of property from the user, maybe the email of that class, and before that we say class user, and of course create some kind of properties. For instance, protected name is equal to Ali, and protected data, which you're going to utilize, and the email is sample@gmail.com. Okay, so for now let's keep it this way, and there is public function underscore construct to get the user's data. So we say, and this is repetitive for you, this is old news because we worked with constructors before, and of course there may be something like this in the sentiment handle. Just for now we say send email, right? Okay, let's see what we have until now. We have a user newed up from the user class and say wardump and serialize that user. So PHP index 1. Okay, let me clear this up. So I get the user class with the name and the data. Here's the first usage of sleep magic method. If I say public function underscore sleep in the, oh, actually, I want to use it under the user class. If I say this and just return data under the array, because it should be array, and if I rerun this, as you can see, it shrink down to the data, the class name and the data. There is no name anymore. So in short, Sleep modifies or utilize the way you want to display your serialized data. So if I say name, which is this property, obviously we get the name itself. We don't get the data anymore. Okay, so that's pretty much it. But let's move on with our example just to see what happens. Okay, and yeah, we have a job in here. Email, send email user. So as a constructor, we have to put user in it, and we can simply say job handle, right? And it sends the email itself. Or we can say, okay, let's have this like this and say this. Okay, it has to be like this. User data, right? We want the email. Okay, let's see what's going on. It has to be public in order to have the access. Okay, it says send email, sample email, send email to sample email. And what we can also do, we can actually serialize how user is coming up into this class. So I can say return user, right? I get the same data because the user has been serialized in here, but you get the idea. So if I want to integrate what I said until now, I would say that sleep and wake, which is going to be coming up in the next episode, is using for how you want to present your data in a serialized version. So if you have so many properties, but you want some special way of representing them in serialized data, you can use the sleep method in order to do that. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So in the next one, we're going to take a look at the wake.